So, I'm 45 years old, 5'6", overweight, borderline obese. Yeah, not exactly the stats you brag about on a dating app, but I had reached that point. The point where you look in the mirror and go, okay, either I join a gym, or I'm buying bigger pants. I joined a gym. Now, if you know me at all, you know I'm painfully self-conscious about my body. Like I don't even like taking my coat off at restaurants. So the idea of working out in front of other people, terrifying. But I had a plan, a strategy. I decided to go to the gym right before closing time. That way, it would be almost empty. Just me. And maybe 1 or 2 zombies finishing their protein shakes. Safe. Controlled, low risk. I started with the treadmill. That seemed harmless enough. I tapped the screen. Set it at 3 miles per hour. Easy, manageable. And then, because apparently I have no self-preservation instincts, I thought, let's bump it up to 5. That'll make me look serious. Big mistake. The treadmill took off. Suddenly my legs were flailing, my arms were windmilling. I looked like a penguin trying to run on ice. I panicked and smacked the red stop button like I was on Wheel of Fortune. Finally it slowed. My heart was pounding. My shirt was drenched. I was gasping for air like a fish out of water. And that's when I saw him, from the far corner of the gym. This guy, 30s maybe, blonde hair, clean shaven, 6'2", built like a Greek statue that had been hitting creatine for breakfast, sleeveless shirt, veins popping out of his arms, black leggings that left nothing to the imagination, and he's looking at me, smiling. And in that moment my brain did what it always does, it spiraled. Oh, of course, the beautiful man has chosen me as his evening entertainment. Let's watch the sweaty hobbit almost die on the treadmill. I felt my cheeks burn. I wanted to scream, "Mind your own business, Hercules." So I escaped to the free weights. Bad call. I spotted the bench press, and something in me said, yeah, that's it. Time to show off. So I slapped on 45s each side, a total of 135, which, if you've never lifted before, is basically like pinning an elephant to your chest. But I didn't know that. I laid down, grabbed the bar, pressed it up, and to my shock, it went up easy. I thought, oh my god, I'm strong. Maybe this is my sport. So I lowered it down, nice and controlled. It touched my chest. And then, nothing. It wouldn't go back up at all. My arms started shaking, my ribs screamed, I was trapped. And in that moment I realised this is how I die. Day 1, crushed by my own delusion. And then, just as my vision was going dark, the bar lifted off me. It was him. The blonde god. He re-racked it like it weighed nothing and asked, "You okay?" I wanted to die. I couldn't breathe. I just held up a finger, like give me a second before I cry in front of you. Finally I croaked out, "Yeah, thanks." And he smiled again, which to a normal person might feel reassuring. To me, it was like he was saying, wow, Fatty really thought he could do a bench press. Cute. I bolted, chugged water from the fountain like I was crossing the Sahara, and when I turned around he was still there, still smiling. I wanted to scream, "Stop smiling at me." I crawled back to the treadmill, this time 2.5, no heroics. I put on my headphones and stared at the floor. And then, of course, he walked over to the cable machine, the one right in front of me, and started doing back exercises, facing me. I swear, every muscle in his body was having its own parade. Sweat dripped from his forehead like it was choreographed. And me? I stared, way too long, like a creep, until I finally looked at his face. And yeah, he was smiling. Again, oh my god, kill me now. I ripped off my headphones, jumped off the treadmill and bolted to the bathroom. Inside I stared at myself in the mirror, red-faced, sweaty, humiliated, and I thought, this is it, my first and last hard day at this cursed gym. But then I spotted the sauna and thought, okay, one last stop, end the night with some peace, some dignity. So I stripped down to my boxers, wrapped myself in a towel and stepped inside. The heat hit me. Finally, silence, solitude, a moment of calm, just me and the steam, until the door opened and in walked him. I shut my eyes, pretended to be asleep, but then I heard his voice. Is this your first time at this gym? Crap, 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 crap. I opened my eyes and there he was, sitting across from me, wearing nothing but his briefs. I stuttered, yeah. First day, he grinned. I thought so. And then we talked, names first. His was Ethan. He's a software engineer, loves hiking, podcasts, bad action movies. And I couldn't believe it. I liked all the same things. The more we talked, the more we clicked, and I realised he wasn't mocking me. He was interested. Then he stood up, walked over, sat down right next to me, and put his hand on my leg. I froze. What are you doing? He smiled. I think you're hot. My brain short-circuited. Wait, me? The sweaty, out of shape, almost died on the bench press me. Why? And he leaned in and whispered, because I'm a chub chaser, and you are one of the sexiest men I've ever seen. I was stunned, my whole body buzzing, and then he kissed me, right there in the sauna, and for the first time that entire night, I didn't feel embarrassed. I didn't feel out of place. I felt wanted. And maybe, just maybe, this gym thing wasn't such a bad idea after all.